Hello and welcome to another Macklin's Motors video. This is the second video in my brochure series. Today we're focusing on the 1978 brochure for the Leyland Princess 2. The Princess was introduced in 1975 and it was sold under the Austin, Morris and Wolseley brands. However, the Princess 2 was revised in 1978. And this is the model we're focusing on here. When the biggest change from the original Princess to the Princess 2 was the B series engine was replaced by the O series engine, and the sizing of it was changed. This was to coincide with new company car tax rules in British Leyland's effort to target the fleet market. Diving into the brochure, we are hit with the original sketch designs from Harris Mann, who designed the Princess and the Allegro and also the Triumph TR7. I set out to design tomorrow's luxury saloon, a car that would make the competition seem old-fashioned. So we have got, again, these sketches are very similar. They've still got the wedge shape. But they're not quite as refined as the final product. I've got this big portrait photograph here of the front wing. And turning over, this brochure is very interesting because it's got lots of pages that fold in and out of each other. The Princess challenges you to find a better car in its class. And we're presented with this beautiful... If the 1970s was one picture, this would be the picture. This lovely beige Princess with the brown vinyl, I believe it was brown vinyl roof, and these very cool looking wheel design and the stripe along the side of it. Very correct for the time period, and I find that very cool. I really like that. So it speaks about being designed for comfort, safety, access. And we've got a quote from What Car, a famous car magazine that's still on the go today. This sums up the Princess saying, "All ingredients are there, plenty of space, sophisticated suspension, and stylish body, and smooth, sweet engine." The suspension on the Princess was interesting. We'll speak about that later. It was hydrogas system, which a lot of British Leyland and then Austin Rover products used. So fold back. The wedge versus the box. We've got the aerodynamic wedge shaped front. I really like that shape with the headlights and the grille tapering to a point. And then we've got a cutaway drawing of 4 adults in comfort, showing the longitudinally mounted engine. The Princess was only available as a saloon. A lot of people say that limited its sales because the hatchback was becoming ever popular. The idea of a hatchback is that the whole back lifts up so you can load larger items into the same square footage. And the bonnet of the Princess glides up on a pair of gas struts. I think you know you've made it in life when your car bonnet stands up itself. I like that feature. And it would also be helpful when you're inevitably broken down. I'm just joking. Again, we've got more pages that pull out. This speaks about the design, the actual engineering of the Princess. So they used a 100-ton concrete block to simulate the Princess crashing into another car to a combined speed of 60 miles per hour. And it shows the crash footage, pictures. The sills, as you can see from the still photographs, from 16mm film, the passenger compartment is so strong that the doors remain closed throughout the impact and can be opened in a normal way immediately afterwards. That shows that the Princess was a very rigid, solid car, so that if it was to be crashed into, the actual structure of the passenger compartment stays in the same shape, meaning that the doors can open so it's not all mangled in. Although crash safety wasn't as much of a concern then as it is now. Okay, so the Princess O series engine is renowned for its simplicity and economy. One of the easiest engines to service, although it's got many technically advanced features. An air temperature control gives fast warm-up, and the integral inlet exhaust manifold reduces fuel wastage. The braking system is equally impressive and dependable. Power assistance, 10.6-inch front discs with 4-pot calipers. So this car features assisted brake servo, which last video with the Sherpa didn't. Twin circuit, and again the independent hydrogas suspension is designed to give very high level of ride comfort, safety, and yet avoid expensive service bills. The 4 small gas displacers are in connected front and rear to control the pitch of the car. So what that meant was when the front axle hit a bump, it primed the rear axle ready to take that same bump so that it didn't jolt about. So the Austin Metro that was introduced in 1980 had that hydrogas system, but it took the Metro until 1990 for it to be interconnected front rear. Official fuel consumptions of the 1.7 manual petrol achieves 38 miles per gallon at 56 miles per hour, whereas a 2 litre achieves 37 miles per gallon. 16-gallon fuel tank. So even though 38 miles per gallon on a slow cruise doesn't sound impressive nowadays, for the type of engine it was, for the carbureted type of engine it was, and the actual size and weight of the car, that was quite impressive. This was designed as a large family car, so long motorway journeys, possibly towing a caravan to the seaside, that was what the Princess was designed for. Okay, this is my favourite picture in the whole brochure. This is the HLS interior, featuring big brown orangey velour seats. I just think that is magnificent. Again, this folds out on this side to tell us more about the interior features. We've got our dashboard here with the wood paneling. So we have got a rear console cigar lighter, so your passengers can smoke in the back as well. Lockable fuel cap, standard wheel trims, the bejesus handle, patterned gear lever, reading lights, lockable glove box with picnic tray to take cups and glasses so you can have a wee picnic on the go, and net pockets for the maps. Power assisted steering, tinted glass, vinyl covered roof, quartz halogen trapezial headlights, radio cassette player, walnut veneer fascia, just to name a few. Got another interior picture here with a slightly different trim with a brown princess in the background. Rear folding armrest, convex driver's mirror. This is the L, 1.7L, which I believe was the base model. but it still features seat height adjustment, seat reach adjustment, and backrest adjustment. This is finished in a more conservative dark grey trim, which some people prefer, but I prefer a more bold interior pattern. I think this looks a tiny little bit drab perhaps, but it's not offensive, unlike the other one was quite bold. Again, so the 1.7 had these twin circle headlamps, whereas the other ones had a trapezial. The headlamp filled this entire area. Door mounted speakers. Again, this is the comparison chart between the 1.7L, 1.7 HL and 2 litre HL, and the top of the range was the HLS, available in 1.7, 2 litre and 2.2 displacement form. I'm not going to read everything out, but you can pause to read the main features that interest you. The 2.2 litre engine was interesting because it was a 6-cylinder, producing 110 brake horsepower, compared to the base model 1.7 brake horsepower of 87. Again, so this is Austin Morris branding here, covered by Supercover, which we covered last week, which is British Leyland and then Austin Rover's warranty guarantee package scheme. It featured 24 hours AA roadside and AA relay service. Fuel consumption figures. Got the dimensions here of the Princess. So this is broken down to engines, steering, brakes, transmission, instruments, exterior, interior, and optional extras. So an automatic transmission was optional extra across the range. It would be beneficial for perhaps longer journeys or city driving. All models featured rack and pinion steering, however it appears that only the HLS trim was power assisted. And then we have got, that's the end of the brochure here, and it's a similar picture to the front, but it's just like that, always ahead of its time. A lot of people criticise the Princess for its build quality and the appearance of it, but I actually really like it. It's different. The wedge shapes, very unique, stands out. And I think the interior was very well pointed on the Princess. And it did feature a lot of comfort features. In fact, this is an area I forgot to mention, I'm afraid. So this features the construction process, if you like. So we start off with the untreated body. It's treated with a phosphate coat, electrophosphate primer coat, undercoat, and the top coat. So this is the painting process that they were showing you here. Oops. Again, different welding techniques used to reassure you of their quality. And that is the Leyland Princess in a nutshell, the Leyland Princess 2. If you've enjoyed this slightly shorter video than last time, please like it, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think. And I've got plenty more videos coming. You can view pictures of this on my Instagram page as well. I'll put pictures up of this as well. Thanks for watching and see you next time.